projects with the LfE portal. Sorry for that. Today, we're going to talk about how teachers will be able to create and design their project using the design thinking approach, which has 4 steps: feel, imagine, create, share. And we have an expert in design thinking, amongst other things, my dear colleague, Rosa Doran, to whom I give directly the microphone. Rosa, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Nikos. It's a pleasure to be here again. I've been having the privilege to talk and work with all of you in this roadmap towards creation of our project. We also have with us Eleni. I'm not going to try to pronounce her surname because I'll make a fool of myself, and I really don't want to do that. But she's the person who is supporting us from the technical perspective. So if I bump into a wall, I will call for her, Eleni, if I say something that is not in line of the vision for the platform. I ask you to please correct me. Also, the visionary for the design of the project and all the features that are there or not is Nikos. So both of you, please jump in if I don't present something that I should be presenting, okay? So I am glad to be with the team from LfE teachers and all the teachers. I don't know, who are you guys online with us? Please let us know. A warm welcome. And since this is being recorded, and I hope that our LfE schools and teachers are going to watch this webinar at a later stage, I would like to say that in some moment in the procedures for your school, you will be invited to upload your projects to the platform. So this is something that you will have to do. So, and I do suggest that you start, the sooner the better, get accustomed to what the platform is offering or asking from you, and how to benefit from the features that the platform is offering to you and to your students. I'm going to present to you how you materialize the design thinking vision to the infrastructure that we have. I'm going to give a concrete example. And also, I would like to say that there is a contest going on, unfortunately, only for the LfE schools, where you will have to produce your project and present it to be able to, as an application for the summer school that is going to take place in the first week of July in Marathon, an amazing place with awesome people, an experience that I promise you will not forget. So get your sleeves up and go with me in this trip towards understanding how to build your projects. Why should you? What are the benefits of the project, and how you can do it in a very simple way, okay? So I am going to start sharing my screen. Let me see here. I'm going to have to, put you somewhere here. And I want to share, let me see which window. Just a second. I have several windows open. They are prepared for you to present the different things to you. And I want to make sure I have the correct window. This is the window that I want. So I am connected to the platform as here. As you can see, let me move this window somewhere here so I can still see you. Okay. So Gustavo, can you confirm that you can see the LfE portal? Yes, I see you.
Yes.
Okay, good. So this, you know already, I have presented to you the LfE portal several times. So this is where we have our party. This is where our community is making things happen. And one of the things that you have to do is create a project. So you have no idea where to start or what to do. So let's start from the most simple thing, which is I'm a teacher, and in here, this is my nickname. And when I click on my nickname, I will see my own area, okay? As a teacher, this is my own platform, my own corner of this LfE portal. And in here, I can register a community. We've talked about that. I can register a school because I am also part of the national coordination efforts. I can register a project or an event. What is an event is whenever your students are ready to present their projects to the community, which you will know how to do, you can register an event and invite every member from your community to participate in that event. But today we're talking about registering a project, okay? So again, you click here in your nickname. Here, you see my mouse where I am. I click on my name and this appears. And I will click on register a project, okay? And then from here, I can create a new project. So I'm not going to do the whole procedure because it's time consuming. I will show you one where I have already filled in all these spaces and show you how it is looking like, and giving the floor to you to ask me questions because I think this is important. But so you introduce the title here. Here you put a brief description of your project in this box here. You have to choose what is the area. So you have business studies, foreign language, ICT, math, music, philosophy, science, social studies, special educational needs, technology, or other. You can put here a few learning objectives. There is a character, a maximum length of characters. Actually, Eleni, since you are here, maybe we can put a note here to inform people that there is a limit of characters that I can introduce here. I can choose an image to illustrate my project and upload this image. And I will show you how we do this. I can choose the language. I can say how many students are participating in the project. It's just for a matter of statistics. I can explain what is the age of the students. And in here, I need to choose a community where I'm going to connect these projects to. So you are a member of the LfE international community. So if I start typing the name of the community, learning from the extremes, I can click, for instance, the international or the Portuguese or both. I click international, okay, and I can add another one, and again I have to start typing the name, and then I can learn from the extreme. Then I will choose the Portuguese one, for instance, okay. I'm going, for the time being, to make it private because I don't want to spoil the statistics of the platform or show to everyone something that is not done. I have it in draft format. I can put my contacts. In terms of project, I just click here in the LfE project, although it seems that, I don't know, Eleni, this is a new thing. Clicking here, I don't know if clicking here is enough or if I also need to fill in something here.
You need to fill in the EU project field as well. You should put OSOS here.
OSOS.
Exactly.
Okay, so that is also something that all of this is in the manual. It's written in the manual, okay? And here is just a space where you can add some information about changes or some notes about this lesson that you have created, okay? So after I fill this general information, I will go through everything again in a concrete example, okay? Then I go to, so this is where I describe my project. And the description of the project is for anyone who will be interested to know what I am doing with my students, what kind of projects I'm developing with my students. It's just a general description of your vision for the project, and also for the students to understand what are your ideas to work with them. And then I have the phases: fill, imagine, create, and share. We saw already that these are the This is the model for design thinking that we have used, a design thinking in 4 steps. So in the field phase, I will provide here some information for my students on what they need to do in each of the phases of this design thinking, okay? So this is just the first time I'm going to show this to you today. I'm going to show this to you several times today, okay? So now, going back, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to, oops, no, not what I wanted. Oh, come on, stop sharing, okay. And I'm going to share something else. So I'm going to go through, okay, just a second. I'm going to go through the design thinking that I have produced and that I'm thinking of creating a project about. So you now see my PowerPoint. So I'm going to bring you from your comfort zone towards the platform. So the project that I'm proposing, and how does it work in terms of projects? So you are working in, okay, let me stop sharing while I speak, otherwise I will lose your attention. Imagine that I'm working with my students. Your school is in a rural area, and you want your students to develop some project with the community. Your school just acquired equipment that you want to use for the benefit of the students' learning. You also want to benefit the community that your school is serving. And so you are going to make a dialogue with the students. You're going to investigate what are the needs of your community, what are the problems and the issues that you can address, and how the new equipment, the new makerspace, the 3D printer, the interactive board, the computer, the internet, whatever you have acquired, how this will be in digital transition to your classroom, how you are going to involve your students in producing a project that will benefit their community while they are learning curriculum content. This is what design thinking for students is all about, okay? So after several discussions with the students, there is one classroom that decided that they are working on sustainable farming because it's something that is important for their families. They are farmers, or because they are worried about climate change, or because they want to make our planet a sustainable place, because they worry about animals, because they worry about the crops or the drought, or I don't know how many different problems there might be. So they decide to work on sustainable farming. So now I'm going to share again my PowerPoint with you, and we are going to go through our vision on how to build the project, okay? So this, what is written here is what you will describe in the project. It's like you were discussing, you're presenting this to your students. Traditionally, I know you would present a PowerPoint, or you would just distribute a Word document, or you will write in the board and tell them what they were going to work about. So after you decided the project, for instance, is sustainable farming. And you have, in this project, you are going to tell your students, remember, this is just an example, okay? It's just an example. You don't have to make your project like this. It's just a concrete example. So you will present to your students the design thinking methodology, and which is composed, you already know, feel, imagine, create, and share. If you forgot that, you can watch the presentation that I made about this. It's in the Learning from the Extremes YouTube channel. So maybe Gustavo can just try and find out the episode and put there. And also, I think Nikos have already put the link to the contest. So if you didn't, Nikos, please. Okay. So you're going to explain to them what is the design thinking methodology, why they should use it, why this is powerful, and how this should be done. And you're going to talk about the makerspace that the school just built. Can be a super fancy makerspace, or can be a makerspace full of tools that the community have donated to the school. And the work is going to be related to developing a sustainable farm for the rural communities. You're going to tell the students that together with the colleagues, they should identify what are the challenges that are being faced by the community. They have to imagine innovative prototypes. A few of the chosen ideas should be made to life, and they should use the makerspace tools and materials for that. They should discuss these ideas with the members of the community and enrich these ideas with stakeholders, like if you're talking about farming, who are the people working in farming? What are their problems? Do they have ideas? You should talk to experts in the field. Maybe you can talk to some association that is working about sustainable farming, or you can seek help from agricultural universities, or I don't know, any stakeholder that can help you, that can help enrich your project. And then you should, at the end, after you materialize everything, you should, students should share everything with the stakeholders. So this is the overview. You told the students, and at this moment they are all panicking because they have no idea what is design thinking. They probably don't know that this super cool room that the school just acquired and created is a makerspace. They don't know how to use a 3D printer. They have never heard of a thing like sustainable farming. And you're telling them, okay, you have to go work with the community and you have to work with stakeholders. You have to build your project, and they're going probably to be asking to you, what is the answer in the end of the book? I am completely out of my comfort zone here. This is very normal. Don't worry about that. They will learn how you learn how to use a bicycle. Okay, and that is something that you don't forget. So after you presented the idea, you say, okay, now let's go step by step. The first thing that you have to do, this is what you tell your students, is to understand the problem. So you have to invite them to start their projects by better understanding what is the design thinking and how it can be used to solve real problems. And then they have to understand what is sustainable farming and why this is important. So you can include videos, you can include text, you can suggest them to read books, you can include the links to pages, you can bring newspapers to the classroom, you can insert whatever resource you want. I have a link here to a video. Next, you're going to tell the students that they have to investigate the community, if the community is aware of the importance of sustainable farming, and if they would be willing to contribute to the project, and make sure that they involve the relevant stakeholders in the process. For instance, they might find out that in the region where the school is, there is limited access to water, doesn't rain a lot, or there is soil degradation because they have been using aggressive agriculture, or there are pest management is necessary because of the drought, or for instance, in Portugal, the proximity to Africa and the African dust or bugs that come from there. You tell them that they will be invited to generate some ideas for solutions, for instance, such as having a way to collect rainwater, to use composting toilets, to use natural pests, etc., etc., etc. So you're just giving ideas for them to work in this first phase. Of course, this is a project. This is not something that you do in a 3-hour classroom. It's a project that will last for several weeks or months. And what you have to do is, while you are producing this and working in this with your students, you can work with your colleagues to make sure that you deliver all the content from your subject domains while the students are being involved in this. The next important phase is, okay, now that you have retrieved all the information, you have to bring your project to life. So the students will be invited to be creative, to think critically about the project, to work together with the colleagues about the possible solutions that they can come up with to help the community face the challenges that are upon them. So you will invite the students to talk to the teachers, you will invite them to use the newly acquired digital tools, and to choose the best ideas among them. And for that, you're going to invite them to work on a whiteboard, to use Post-it notes or Padlets or Miro or whatever digital tool you want. they can also use pen and paper, they can use internet and newly acquired internet to do their research, they can use their computers, etc., etc. This is the brainstorming phase. It's the phase where they are brainstorming, discussing, and they are going to materialize, to put in paper which ideas they want to materialize. They're going to choose the best one and move forward with it. And then we are in the creation phase. So it's time for them to materialize their ideas, and you're going to suggest to them, if you have one, to use the makerspace to produce, for instance, mock-ups and other elements that will help them bring their ideas to life, to experiment their creations, to receive feedback from the colleagues, from other teachers, from other members of the community, and you will invite them to document the whole process in the platform, okay? And also you can provide some examples of things that the students can be doing in the group. For instance, creating the rainwater harvesting system using 3D printed materials, etc., etc., etc. And finally, you are going to invite them to share the project to the community, either before and after it's implemented, explain the whole process, reflect on it, collect feedback to the project that they have created, okay? So I've done that as a teacher in a traditional PowerPoint way. Now, how does it look in the platform? So this is what I'm going to show you now. I have already created it here, but I'm going to show you how this was created. Let me just open it here. Okay, let me share a new window. And now maybe I am going to share. Let me just see if you have any questions so far. Okay, no questions so far as I see. Okay, so let me just take it out, clean my desktop a little bit, because I'm going to share the whole desktop to make life a little bit easier. And I'm going to show this desktop to you. Okay, so Gustavo, can you please confirm that you can see two different windows, two different browsers?
Yes, we see.
Two different browsers. Okay, so as I showed you here, as a teacher, I came here, clicked on register a project, and this is the window that I have, where I have registered the project that is called Sustainable Farming, okay? I'm going to click on edit because I want to show you what I did. So I created the title. Oh, now I cannot see the complete. Eleni, am I doing something wrong?
You are on students view.
Right, correct. Thank you.
You are not logged in.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this window here. And exactly. How did Eleni discover that I'm a student? Because I'm not logged in. Students don't have to create their account. They don't have to log in. That's how she discovered I'm a student, which is a typical mistake that you will do many, many times. Believe me, you will do it. If you don't, I will be envying you. So I'm here and I'm going to click in projects. And this is going to show my projects. And one of the projects is the one that I created yesterday that is called Sustainable Farming. And I'm going to edit it now. Right, this is it. So I have the title, Sustainable Farming. And then what I did was I went to my PowerPoint. I copied, and I'm going to do it for you to see, because there is a trick here. I copied. Just take this out of the way. I copied the text that I wanted to include here. And I'm going to paste it here, okay? And I don't know if you can see this. I get a warning that the system understands that I'm copying something from Word, which is not Word actually, but it's PowerPoint. And it's asking me if I want to clean it before pasting. And I do, because Word, PowerPoint, and all the other text editors, they include some hidden symbol that you don't want to appear here. I say, okay, And you can see that I see nothing. It's all in white. But if I select everything, I use Control A, and I use this button here, which is the tool that helped me remove any existing format. Voila. This is what I copy and paste, okay? In fact, I'm not suggesting for you to copy and paste. You can just immediately create from scratch here in the platform, which is the best way. Just start writing your project directly here, okay? So this is the summary, and I can use an image here if I want. Let's say I want to come here, and by the way, I'm going to tell you how you search for an image that you should use. So I want a rural area, an image from a rural area, and I'm only going to use images that are open educational resources, images that I'm allowed to use. So I can go to Tools, Usage Rights, Creative Commons License, and everything that is going to appear here, are images that I can use. For instance, let me see. And I also want one that is not too big. I will put a medium one. And maybe this is a good one. I like this one. So I'm going to copy this image. And actually, no, I'm going to do it different. I'm going to save this image here as a rural area in my downloads. I'm saving it. And now I come back here and I'm going to click here in that, let me do it again. You see this little character here. And I'm going to choose the file. I'm going to my downloads. Okay. I chose the image that I want. And I have to enter an alternative text, which is to help people, for instance, that are blind to know what the image is. So it's a rural area. I wanted it center. And I'm going to put a caption and save. Okay. And here I can put, this is Wikimedia Commons image. No, this is not what I want. This is not here. Sorry, I don't know where to put the caption. Enter here. Here is copyright, which is like this. No, I don't know how to make copyright symbol here. Gustavo, do you know how to make a copyright with Mac? No.
How to create a copyright?
Copyright, the copyright symbol.
I think it's option C.
Option C, yeah, exactly. Wikimedia Commons rural area in Spain. Okay, done with that. Beautiful. My subject, by the description of my project is beautiful. I chose science. In the objectives, I created a few, I put a few competencies that I want my students to acquire. Alternative text is rural area. And the language is English. I'm going to apply this to 10 students, and they are all 12 to 15. The community is learning from the Extremes International and learning from the Extremes Portugal. For the time being, this is private. And I have already put here the project authors. I have put here the project LfE, and I'm going to save. Okay, so this is my project here. It's looking beautiful. And now I'm going to create, which I already did, the different phases. So I'm going to click on Fill. And you can see here that I have already introduced an image, and I have introduced the text that you see here is exactly the text that I had in the slide that I showed you in PowerPoint, okay? So I have introduced it here, and you will see here that there is a box written student description that I cannot type anything, okay? Because this is for the student with their own link, to fill this in. So here I give descriptions and guidelines for the student on what they are expected to do in this particular phase, okay? There's also a part about partnership opportunities that I can give to them. I can suggest to them to go to speak to farmers in the region, to go to the supermarket, to go to parents. I don't know, I can put whatever I want. And there is another box, which is the feedback. So when the students are working in their projects, I can write here some feedback for their work and help them in the process. So I can put the date and say, group 1, please improve your conversation with your community. You are missing relevant stakeholders. I don't know, anything that I want the students to know. And again, I can save what I have done. I'm going to edit again. So this was I presented to you the field. The same goes for all the phases. They have the same feel and look. Here are the instructions that I have for my students in the imagine phase. The create, the same thing, okay? And then the share, the same thing. Everything that is here is in that PowerPoint that I have showed you earlier, okay? Now, my project is ready. I am happy with this. And I want to share it with my students, okay? So I have here, if you see, I can delete the project or I can share. And when I click share, this will generate a link. I copy the link. And what happens now is the following. I cannot open in the same window where I am because the system will understand that it is me, the teacher. So what you have to do is, let me close this window. You have to come here and open an incognito window. So this is for you, just for you to understand what your students are going to see. They don't have to connect with an incognito window. It's just for you to be able to see what a student will see, okay? So if I put the link here, so as you can see, the student don't have to create an account or connect or anything else, okay? And in here, the student will see the project, the general information about the project. Just typing a comment from myself. And then they will see the phases. The field, okay? Here are the instructions that the teacher gave. And if you look here, the students cannot change what is written here. This is the instruction that you wrote here in this other window, okay? If I go back here, oops. These are the instructions that I wrote in my project here, okay? So they are seeing this. I can edit as a teacher, the students cannot, okay? But the students can type something. So here, they are going to make it like a logbook of what they're doing. So they can say, for instance, 30 of April of 2023, we have interviewed members of the community and retrieve valuable information, for instance. Or they can simply, they should describe step by step what they have done. Okay, and I will show you how this will look in the platform when the students are have finalized. So, of course, I put here the date, but they can do, like, for instance, when you ask your students to produce a PowerPoint, this is going to be their PowerPoint if you want so. So this is the part that is going to be published. This is the part where other people are going to see, okay? So they can start much prettier and say, put a title here, sustainable farming. This is the title that they're going to use. And here, it's a heading, sustainable farming. And here they can narrate our project is about blah, 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 blah. They describe the project, they describe the steps that they have taken, they describe the results. They're going to write down here everything that they are doing, everything that they are doing in this project that you gave to them in this particular phase. They feel, they imagine, they have the same space to do the same thing. And here they will see your feedback if you provide any feedback. The create and the share is all the same, okay? So you have the description here for the student. They have the space to describe what they are doing, what they've done and what they are doing, and you can provide feedback here, okay? And then I can save what I am doing, and then my teacher will be able to see what I have done. As you can see here, the description, this is what is going to be published whenever this is public. This is the description of the project, and this is what the students have been doing. Okay, so the feel, imagine, create, and share will appear as students are filling in these phases, and their work can be visible to everyone. Okay. I don't know if there are any questions so far. I lost my YouTube window. It's here. Okay, let me take a look if you have any questions so far. Okay, I have only a question from Ana Maria. Ana Maria, the time is Central European time. That's 15 for us. Maybe in the announcement it was not so clear. We have to check it out. But the time is 16 CEST. Okay, so continuing then our journey. I want to go back here and show you something. Whenever I am done, and actually I'm going to make my project as public. Okay, save. My cannot be saved. Maybe I have it open in another window, so I don't know. In any case, if I go again to my name and I click on communities, you will see that I am a member of several communities, and I'm clicking on Learning from the Extremes International, and in here I can find the project. So this is my project, Sustainable Farming, okay? And you can click on on this and see more, and because you're the editor, you can edit. But if I am another teacher, for instance, I don't know, there is this, it's Nikos, this is all Greek to me. This is a project from Cyprus, probably it's a demo from Cyprus. And if I click on read more, yeah, now great, I see it in Greek. So, okay, let me change up here. You can change the language up here.
Actually, the object is shown in the language that it has been created.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
But here you can see this is not my project, so I cannot edit this project, but I can clone. And if I click clone, it will create a copy for myself. Okay? Okay, I'm not going to pursue this, but in all the projects that are in the community here, and again, you can change the language up here again, you will see all the projects that are being created by the LfE teachers here in the community, and you can clone. And once you clone, then you have your own project. I can imagine that I'm not the author and I only see the clone. Whenever I click clone, it will create a new project called Clone of Sustainable Farming, okay? And I can come here and make it private and save. And if I go again to my area and click on projects, now I have Sustainable Farming and the clone for Sustainable Farming, okay? So why is this super, hyper helpful? Because you saw that I have created one link for the project, which is this link that this student is using. Each project will enable you to create one only link. So you either have your whole classroom working on the same project, and contributing to the same space. So in this particular link, all the students that have this link can contribute to this description here, okay? Or you want the students to work in groups. Imagine that you want your students to work in groups. So in that particular case, imagine that I want to have 5 groups of students working on my project, okay? So I'm going to edit this project, and in the title, I will put group 1, okay? And I will save it. And I know that this is for the first group. And then I clone the project, and here I type group 2. It's very easy, very quickly to be done. So you create 1 project per group, and so you can share the link, a different link for each of the group. Or if you want to work student by student, you have to create as many clones as students that you have, okay? Because each project will create only 1 link, okay? So it's up to you if you have the whole class working in the same project, if you have only 1 group, or if you have several groups or only 1 student. And also you can do even something different. Imagine that you have not that each group in your classroom is going to work on a different topic. And you are not going to describe to them the procedures for the topic that they are analyzing, but you want to produce a general description. So in that case, you can do something different. Let me go to my projects again. I have something here. Okay, I have this clone here. I can create a project. I'm going to transform this one to be a project, a general project. So LfE General Instructions for Students project. So you in here you can type, for instance, in this project you use the methodology of design thinking and our makerspace to develop your project for our rural community. So it's generic, okay? It's not a specific topic. Together, you with your colleagues, you should identify key challenges, blah, 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 blah. This is general. This is also general. I can take this image off because it's related to a rural school. I don't want to do that. Blah, blah. The rest is all the same. And then when I go to the phases here, okay, let's start our project by better understanding what design thinking is and how it can be used to solve real-world problems. It's generic. We will first understand the topic that you have chosen. Talk to your teacher and request material for this phase of the project, etc., etc. So you see, I'm adapting what I had already written to something new, okay? Then the rest is generic again. Again, now you should investigate if your community is aware of the importance of the topic you are studying. And, oops, 1 space too much, of the topic you're studying, and if they would be willing to contribute to that. So I am making it generic. And you can see here, this sustainable farming is what the students have written in my other project, which is something that we are solving, not to transport the description of the students from one clone to the other. Okay, so I think this illustrates to you how you can make it generic. And then in that particular case, if each group of students is working on a different topic, then they can adapt it to the topic that they are working with, okay? What else can I say to you? Another thing. If you want inspiration for ideas, you can go here in the accelerators. Accelerators are model projects that were created for the project also. And in here, you will find a large quantity of projects that are working on the design thinking methodology, and where students are working with their community, sustainability in the school for our future, for instance. And again, here, if you like what is written here, if you like the whole description, or if you just want to use it to inspire you, you can click on clone, and you have a version of this project for your own. For instance, I'm a teacher, I'm in accelerators, I chose the sustainability in the school for our future. I click on clone. I save it. I can change whatever I want. I go to my profile again. And I go to projects. And I should see it here. Okay, this is my project that I have just cloned. So there are multiple opportunities for you. The projects of your students will appear here. Okay, here you have a collection of projects that the students have done for OSOS. Some have done a super nice work, some not so much, but you can visit this and inspire yourself. Let's see what this group did. So they have, these are work from the students. They have narrated everything that they have done. Okay, and what happened in each of the phases. So this, for instance, is a very nice work that has been done by the students. Okay. Okay, Eleni, I give the floor to you. You want to say something? I will stop sharing and give you the floor.
Okay, I just want to mention that it is very important to create the link that you will forward to your students, as Rosa saw earlier. And please try to proceed this way, and don't just copy the link, the URL link on the top of your browser. The correct way to proceed with forwarding the right link to your students is by clicking copy link, as Rosa showed earlier.
I will show again. So I go here, I go to, now I'm in Spanish. I want to click here, come on, here, and I want to be in English, and I click in my projects, and okay, I have this one, Save the Bees. I'm going to click on this, and when I share with the students, instead of copying the link up here, don't do it, this is the wrong one, copy link here. Okay, and then you can give this to the students. That's what you're saying, right, Eleni?
Exactly.
Okay, right. So this is a very important comment. I see people saying that, okay, Theodora can hear me. Okay, this was a little bit what I wanted to present to you today. This is being recorded for your reference, and not only that, if you go to the LfE portal and you go to the guidelines and tutorials, you will find the super useful user's manual, and you can download this manual, and you will see here that you have all the instructions on what to do. If you want to create a project, this here is the instructions that you need to create your own project, okay? So you have everything in here. Okay, I think this is what I wanted to share to you today. I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to ask me. I will stop sharing again. It was a little bit longer than I expected, but I wanted to go on a step by step. So take the time and please put your questions here so that we can answer. I hope this was informational for you.
Remember, there's a lag between.
I know. Yeah, I know.
We have just a couple of minutes. Yeah.
That's why I'm talking, so that people know that I am ready to receive their questions. Let me type something because this is directly. Any questions from the audience? Let's see if anyone has anything to ask. I don't know, Nikos, Ellen, and me, if you have anything more to add to what I have said while we are waiting for the questions.
Yes, Rosa, let me take this opportunity to remind to our colleagues from the LfE schools that, first of all, uploading a project is a requirement and for the project in general. With their final report, they need to upload the projects on the platform. And also, I would like to remind, again, our colleagues from the LfE schools to take part in the summer school contest. And we have already posted the link for the summer school contest. It's on the first day of the first page of the portal. And for this, in order to participate in the contest, they will need to upload a project. And last but not least, colleagues, please contact us at info@learningfromtheextreme.eu with any question or clarification. We'll be there to answer anything and support you in whatever way. There is a question from Mrs. Panagiotaki. In order to show the progress of our project, we will have to fill in the tabs, fill, imagine, create, etc. Rosa?
Yes, that is correct. I mean, if you want to see the progress of the project, first of all, you will need to describe to the students from your side what is it that they have to do. And the students, while working in their projects, then they will be filling in the field, imagine, create, and share with the work that they are doing, the work that they are developing. So they have to understand that they will be sharing this to the whole community. So it's important and it's nice if they register everything and put it in a nice format and show in a nice format what they are doing. So there is your space where you give instructions to the students, and there is a student space where they register everything that they are doing in the framework of the project. Okay, I am sure that whenever you start your projects, you're going to enter in panic mode and say, I don't remember anything. So you can either watch the webinar again, or just, as Nico said, contact us with your question, and we'll be very happy to support you in building your own project. Even if you have a project in mind and you don't know how to transform it into design thinking or how to accommodate to the model that we have, please talk to us, okay? We know how to do it. Okay, I have not, I don't remember what is the next webinar. Nikos, do you remember what is the, well, let me check while we are online still. The webinar that was supposed to be today, unfortunately, we had a slight problem and we couldn't proceed with that one. But we are going to recap that again. So if you have registered to receive more information on the webinars, we will be sending out to you more information. So the next one was supposed to be on May 10th, a makerspace in your school. Maybe we will keep that one and include another Wednesday to replace the one that was supposed to be today about student-centered methodologies examples. That one will be introduced somewhere. So keep alert to your emails. Register to the portal, give us permission to communicate with you, and register for the webinars, and we will be giving you information about the future webinars. Okay, Gustavo, I tried to post something here. I know now I cannot put links here, but maybe you can put the link to registration to the webinars. Here. So
it's also on the description of each one of the sessions on the YouTube channel. We have the link for the registration.
Exactly, it's here in YouTube. Exactly. Please register in advance here. You can see it down here with the right below the video. You have the link. Okay. Okay, I see wishes of a lovely afternoon. Same to you, Theodora. Thank you, and to everyone. And a nice rest of the week. And we see you soon in the next webinar. And thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.